What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel today. It's Rahul. We're here for our Wednesday upload. Sorry, it's a little bit late. I was a little bit busy getting adjusted back into school. But today, we're going to be talking about Cinderace VMAX and a new card in the deck, Galarian Rapidash. So let's jump into it. Here we have it, Cinderace VMAX. It's got the attack Fire Energy, colorless counter, 30 plus the same amount of damage that was done to this big boy last turn. And then for Fire colorless, max Pyro Ball, 170, and they're burned. The baby here has Field Runner, there's a Stadium Plate, there's no Retreat Cost, but then for Fire colors, 140. Just a simple attack. But what makes this deck so cheeky? It's like every other Fire deck we've played because it's got two Volcanions that give you the ability to Flare Starter and maybe High Heat Blast if you need to. So going second seems pretty optimal, but going first doesn't hurt too much because you have a VMAX that you want to build into. You have a Charizard as a secondary attacker as well as a Heatran to kind of clean up the damage if you need to with Hot Burn GX later in the game. But what makes the deck super special is the Galarian Rapidash that has Libra Horn that puts damage on one of your opponent's Pokemon until its remaining HP is 100, and from that point out, everything is in one-shot range from all of our other attackers, which is really cheeky. Now, granted, we never get to use Psychic, so Libra Horn is all that this is in here for. It's a really cute tech that I really like, and I think this card has a lot of potential moving forward. It's a promo card, so if you guys don't have it in your collection, you can either trade for it. It's probably like 6 or 7 packs on the trading platform, or buy the code, or, you know, buy the box itself. The deck also plays Zangoose, which has Brutal Edge that does 10 plus 20 for each damage counter on your own opponent's active Pokemon. So theoretically, you could legitimately just play like a Zangoose Rapidash deck, or you play Twin Energies, Fire, and Welder, and like just beat up on everybody, because if Libra Horn puts damage counters down and then Zangoose can clean up, that's your cleanup attacker as well with Brutal Edge. So when they least expect it, it can come out of the windworks and just, you know, bop them. Dubwool is also really good for the late game to just clean up as with a Revenge Blast. So you have a bunch of secondary attackers in addition to your Cinderace VMAX. To just get the ball rolling. You have your Crobat, Dedenne, and Eldegoss to kind of be support Pokemon and get you where you need to be in the early game. You have Marshadow because you do want to get Hearth into play as quickly as possible. And Chaotic Swell is really annoying for this deck, as it is for almost all Fire decks right now in the format. And then Oricorio-GX serves as another dig deeper and draw more card, because with Welder decks you do end up getting stamped or Marnied, sometimes in really bad situations and getting knocked out. So having an additional 3 cards and with whatever else you want to plan out is really good. Now let's look at the rest of the support slash core of the deck. 2 Cherish Balls and 4 Quick Balls are going to be our staple search of the deck, with 2 Communications tapered on because we also have these Cinderace VMAXs that we want to grab with the Communications, and we want to put back some of our guys, obviously, like an early Zangoose is something that we wouldn't want to discard. An early Heatran maybe is not something we want to discard either. We have 2 Fire Crystals so we can get late game recovery with energy. It could also be 1 Fire Crystal, 1 Recycler. I'm not entirely sold on that yet. So Fire Crystal seems good. 1 Great Catcher is really, really strong. There's 2 copies of Pokégear, as well as 4 copies of Welder to kind of dig deeper. 2 copies of Stamp because we are probably going to fall behind at some point or another. 3 copies of Switch and a copy of Air Balloon as our pivot cards throughout the deck. Now, granted, this is a big boy, but everything is pretty much a big boy in this deck. I don't think anything really has free retreat besides the baby Cinderace. So you can use the baby Cinderace as a pivot with the Stadium, but besides that, we don't really have a free retreater in the deck. So that's a little bit unfortunate. 3 Bosses Orders, so we are an aggressive deck, and then 12 Fire to taper it off. Now this deck did perform really well at the Sunday Open last weekend. I believe it got 9th. It bubbled out barely out of top cut, so it seemed really interesting, and I figured I'd cover it a little bit. Another really interesting deck is Sanders' Scorch Control deck, but that was covered by Azul, and I might cover it later this week as well. So let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see me cover. I want to cover some interesting decks until we go into Chilling Rain. So let's jump into a game against Carnage Princess. What a very metal name, death metal. 2010 grunge name. Alright, we won the flip. I think we're gonna opt to go second because I think having a Volcanion use its magic is probably more valuable. Whoa, the game just like omega lagged there. I don't know what happened, but we do open exactly what we want to open. And let's mention what is going on. Does anyone else see this lag? This is not just me, right? Mimikyu. We're probably up against something like Rapid Strike Urshifu here. It's really funny that nobody's using deck boxes that are like reflective of what they're actually playing, which I think is just funny. Regardless of what happens, this hand is good because we have the energy, right? Like that's all we really need to look for here. Pokégear is cute and all, but having the energy is all we really need here. Our opponent is deciding to kind of like dig a little bit deep, I guess, getting the Jirachi. I don't know. That hand seemed pretty strong to me already. I don't know why you go through that lengthy Potential Jirachi. You don't know what I'm playing, so there's no reason for you to like dig deeper. You saw Cinderace, but that doesn't mean anything for you. No, in an ideal world, I also get a Lieberhorn. So I can drop Lieberhorn here, and Lieberhorn this guy down to 100. Or maybe even wait to Lieberhorn this. So I can just come up and kill one thing with Max Pyro Ball and then pivot from there. Eldegoss top deck is not great. I'm going to look for the Welder here. That's good. I'm going to Welder active and just draw 3 extra cards. I want to keep the Cinderace VMAX in hand because I don't know what next turn is going to bring for me. I'm going to quick ball the boss because we have the Eldegoss in hand. So the problem is whatever I end up benching, he's going to just double snipe it. So I think the most comfortable target I have that I'm okay with getting double sniped is this guy. We'll go ahead and Flare Star with 3 energies. We're going to just put 2 energies onto the Cinderace so we can get powered up, ready to go. And we'll put 1 energy onto here. So we have the Galarian Rapidash. Now, there's a couple lines he can take, obviously. If he just goes and Rapid Flows, he's probably going to want to Rapid Flow both the bench Pokemon. But I think killing Volcanion also just gives you a lot of utility. I want to prevent benching Dedenne if I have to in this matchup. But it seems like it's going to become a reality just because of the nature of how I need to play this out. Having a Mew in this matchup would be really cheeky, but Rapid Strike has been falling off. So dedicating this spot to Mew doesn't feel great. We do, like I said, we have the VMAX. So we could counter back in, or I mean, I feel like just Max Pyro Ball is better. He doesn't have to fight a boss, I guess. He can just snipe me. But I'm hoping he goes down to the 0 energy in play, because then Gale Thrust becomes his only option. I don't mind sacrificing a Galarian Rapidash to make that play. Maybe he's just going to Gale Thrust my active here, in which case I would just go up with Rapidash and Lieberhorn him. To put it down to 100 HP, at which point Max Pyro Ball or Heatran or anything really can come up and kill it. And I'm vibing. But then I have to pretend to Dedenne, which gives him a free 2 prizes. But I think that's unavoidable. So the boss comes up. He's going to just Gale Thrust the Cinderace. There's no Stadium, unfortunately, for me. So I actually can't make a play here. So we're going to go ahead and evolve to a Cinderace. Let's pop another one down. And we're going to go ahead and Dedenne. I believe counter only works if I was the one damaged the previous turn. I do have the option to Lieberhorn. That's really tempting. That's really tempting. I think we're going to go ahead and Lieberhorn. We're going to go ahead and just Lieberhorn. And put this guy down to 200 HP. So now pretty much everything in my deck, including Volcanion, knocks him out. And I think Rapid Flow does not kill unless he has Boss, Double Zigzagoon Ping. No, not even. No, Rapid Flow does not KO me. Boss, Quadruple Zigzagoon Ping. Yeah, it has to be Boss, Quadruple Zigzagoon Ping. 1 Scoop Up Net's gone. That's literally. Well, no, he can do it. He can still do it. He can get 1 Zigzagoon plus 3 Scoop Up Nets. So he can. Oh, no. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. I mean, he could also just ping here and then boss it up. And then Rapid Flow does help him clean up the game. Okay, we're good. This 160 is a little bit troubling, though, because that means he can clean it up later in the game. There's Zangoose and Oricorio. Oricorio is good for us drawing some more cards. I have to hope Rapidash doesn't die this turn, because I do want to Lieberhorn this guy as well the following, not following turn, but soon I want to be able to Lieberhorn. The resistance plus 30 is really nice, because it puts him in a really awkward spot to do things. So yeah, I'm in an okay spot. Now, I don't want to discard this hand by any means. So I'm hoping I don't have to, but if I find an opportunity to find a boss and bring this up, I'm going to just take it. I mean, I guess he's just going to attack into me, which is super okay with me, because I just come up with this guy. Okay, Escape Rope is gone now. 4 Quick Balls are gone. Is he going to Rapid Flow? What are you Rapid Flowing, sir? Boom, boom. I have resistance, so you don't even put yourself in that good of a spot. Taking 1 prize, that's okay. But this gets activated for me now. We'll take 3 cards. I have a Welder in hand already. That's pretty cash money, actually. Reset Stamp, down 1. Maybe holding Quick Ball was the correct answer there. I have Cinderace. I have boom, boom, boom. I have a lot of stuff. I'm just going to keep piling energy onto the board. Because the win con here is to go into a Heatran, I think, and just GX to clean out the game. That's, I think, the most ideal scenario for myself. I can attack with a new Pyro Ball, actually, so let's do that. Let's look for that play. Zangoose goes back into the deck. I bet he's sitting there going like, what did he just put back into the deck? He's probably like, what did this man just put back into the deck? Take a free retreat. Oh, not free retreat, but energy retreat. Put these 2 energies back into our hand. Get the attachment for turn. And a max Pyro Ball knockout. And now this is not in any danger of dying. And I mean, he can, I guess, knock these 2 out. Or one of these 2 out. He can't knock out both. Unless he goes boss onto this. No, he can't even Rapid Flow this turn. He can't even Rapid Flow. So if he's smart, he won't evolve the bench one. Until it's like too late, I guess. If he evolves the bench one now, I can just go back into Librehorn. I mean, also if he evolves the bench one now, I don't have a switching card in hand, but I can look to just pivot out. He's gonna try to boss up one of these 2 and just kill it here. I think it's his game plan. In which case, I will probably go ahead and Cherish, attach to the Heatran, and Dedenne. Oh. Interesting. That's not what I expected to happen just now. I expected to be dead. And it's concession. We took game 1 with Cinderace VMAX. Let's go into game 2. We're up against Bargaland. It looks like a darkness type deck. But I mean, the deck boxes have always been lying today. And they've been lying before. So maybe he's playing like Psychic to throw us off. Or he's probably playing Pikarom or something like that. But with a Zacian coin as well as a dark deck box, I have no clue what to expect. Either way, I want to be going second if possible. Just so I can get the Volcanion play off like I did last game. And put as many energies as I could onto the board. Our opponent did concede that like earlier game. But we had a pretty good idea of how we wanted to approach the end of the game. Okay, this is not the worst in the world. Because we do have a Quick Ball. We do have a Quick Ball to grab the Volcanion, to Welder to the Volcanion, and attach to the active and retreat as well. Tower of Darkness. Cape. Dark Energy. Tyranitar? That's okay. I can put energies there. Yeah, it's Tyranitar. That's cool. That's a cool deck. It's a cool deck. I am definitely a fan of the deck. I think Tyranitar is cool. This guy's got the cool alt art. Dormer Tepic's scared as shit. I'm a huge fan. Now my play doesn't change too much, obviously. Cape of Toughness is a very cute card onto this deck also. Wait. Yeah, that works. So he's a 280, which means... Okay, so which means I have to probably attack into him with Volcanion. He's getting rid of a single and going straight into Dedenne. So he's going to grab as many Houndish as possible. This game is going to be a little hard, I think, because Single Strike Crush does kill a lot of our stuff. So we'll see if we can get set up properly. Top decking a Cinderace Baby here would be really nice, or a Volcanion, which means I can Quick Ball for the other piece here. Or if when I Welder onto the Volcanion, because I'm going to Welder 2 energies onto the Volcanion. So we're going to start with this. 3, 2 are in the deck. Rapidash is in the deck. No Zard. No Zard. We're going to put both energies onto this guy. Because there's no reason not to, in my opinion. Go ahead and retreat. 2 in the discard. I don't need to bring them back yet. And then we'll Flame Start at 3 onto this guy. Now, this isn't the most ideal turn 1 by any means. But on the chance he does go ahead and Cragalanche me for 100 max, we don't die here, which means I get to have a free High Heat Blast into him. And I get an attachment with the Crystal for the turn. So I can look for is a play off the back of that. If this had less energy or HP, I could just boss and kill it this upcoming turn. But unfortunately for me, it does not. I don't play any single strike cards, so I can't make any use out of this card. And again, if you're watching this video today, remember to stay hydrated, guys. This is your water check of the day. Yum yum in my tum tum. So Houndour is going to come down. He's going to just set up his board. I mean, obviously, Single Strike Crush is going to be very devastating for us to deal with once he gets the ball rolling on that. So if he finds another Single Strike Energy, he will be hitting for 100, and he's going to discard the top 2 cards in my deck. So we're kind of seeing what happens here. I'm hoping it isn't too damaging, because right now my hand isn't best. More, I'm hoping he doesn't fight a boss in 2 turns. If he finds a boss in 2 turns, that's also really bad for me. Because he could go boss and Single Strike Crush my Heatran, and then I'm in danger as well. It looks like he's just establishing two attackers. To have... So this thing has 260 HP right now. He's going to hit me for 100. Craglanche, what 2 cards are we losing? Cinderace and Volcanion. That sucks. Both those are good cards. Damn, okay. He does play switching cards and all that, all the above. So we're going to grab our 2 energies. Attachment here. And we're going to pop his stadium, I think. I don't want to give him access to drawing more cards. There's no reason to. And we're going to go ahead High Heat Blast. We're setting up for a next turn knockout if we can, but this hand is really bad. So he might just get, if he buys a boss order in hand. He discarded 2 though, so the odds of him having another boss are really low. But if he plays Eldegoss, he has that. So maybe he can knock us out. I'm hoping he can't. I'm hoping he has to power this guy up on the bench. And I have to GX this, obviously. 2 capture energies. So he's Sycamored, so we're okay. We're safe. I mean, he could be playing Rope. And then I'm not safe. But he has to go like a Rope Balloon or something. Oh man, he's getting set up really well. I'm in a lot of danger, actually. Because I have to GX this. And the moment I GX this, the whole game changes. Because then he can just come up and kill me with Single Strike Crush. That being said, he has to find another urn to put the energies back into the deck. Craglanche once again. I mean, he could have just Craglanche from the start. 2 Cinderaces hit the discard. That's really unlucky, actually. I cannot do much with this hand. I cannot do much with this hand. We have pieces. We have moving pieces. So, let's go ahead and stamp. We have the Hot Burn. And we have to hope we survive 1 turn. And then maybe I can do something with this hand. Maybe I can do something with this hand. Okay, communication. That's a start. I can survive off the back of that. I can set up a Lieberhorn. 2 Cinderace hitting the discard is really unfortunate. That's an urn. That's game. No. Okay, I mean, that was a pretty bad break on our part. I don't think there's much we could have done to salvage that game, unfortunately. But I will let the Tyranitar player have his final hurrah, and we'll jump into a 3rd game because I think the deck does deserve a 3rd game of prominence. Let's go into game 3. Game 3, guys. We're up against Crockraff. I don't know what's going on here, but World's Coin. Looks like he did qualify for the World Championship in 2018. That's cool, me too. Nashville gear, you know, my man's representing. We were all there. Not all of us, actually, just me. We're starting 2nd again. We're going to be looking for that stadium so we can retreat. As long as there's a stadium in play, we have no retreat cost. I don't care if he puts down a stadium for us. Single Striker Urshifu. Again, another really scary matchup because this deck is one that goes on one-shots. And when something can one-shot our Cinderace VMAX, the game gets really scary just because of the nature of how it works. So, he's got 2 Houndours already. This guy has a much better start than our previous opponent. No energy attachment, however. So we're going to go ahead and Communication and Eldegoss back in. Grab ourselves a Volcanion. Go ahead and Quick Ball away a Quick Ball. no Librehorn this game. So we're going to have to do this old-fashioned way and get a little bit down and dirty. I'm going to try to set up a second Cinderace. No, I think setting up a Zard in the back is better. I think going one Cinderace, one Zard is probably the best line of play. If I can get that off. Let's Crobat. It's for 4. I'm going to put 2 here in case I just can't retreat and I have to Crimson Legs. I think digging for Dedenne is worth it, just to get the energies onto the board. So we have stadiums, and we have the whole shebang. Like, we have the whole kit and caboodle. But I could literally just swing for 140, and I don't know why that's wrong. I guess he could just kill me with laser focus. So maybe that's why it's wrong. We're going to discard the other Volcanion. I don't need it. The odds of me hitting a stadium are super high, so let's just dig. Or a switch, yeah. Like all the above was in the deck, like ready for me to go. I'm just gonna use switch here. I mean, I could have put the balloon there, which is also fine. And a little flare starter. 1, 2, 3. All 3 are gonna go here. So now I have 2 attackers established and ready to go if I need to. It doesn't seem like I'll be in too much danger when that happens. The problem is he can go into the VMAX now, hit me for 100, and then I don't really have a really great answer because we don't have the Librehorn. If I could have gone into Librehorn, then I could have put him to really low HP and kind of made him figure out the game. But also, I could, if I hit a Welder, theoretically, if I theoretically hit a Welder, I could 300 him with Double Blaze. We also have a potential to find Heatran and 300 him with Heatran, which I don't mind doing. The problem is we have to find Heatran. We have the Cherish Ball. Actually, what am I doing, guys? I have everything I need to knock him out. I have everything I need to knock him out with Hot Burn. But then I'm putting all my energies into one basket, which is the Heatran basket, and I don't know if I like them all there. So this turn is getting really complicated. But my best way to knock this out is with a GX, this upcoming turn. He could have just... Yeah, okay. Okay. Now, knocking this out seems super ideal. But then if he gets the third Houndoom up, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. A part of me just wants to grab the, the Oricorio and draw cards, realistically. But I know that's wrong. Let's gear. Boss. We'll just grab the boss for next turn. Alright, we're putting all our eggs into this basket. Because we kind of need to. We'll take the knockout here. Get ahead. The question is, can we find Librehorn? There it is. There's a Librehorn. There's a Welder. There's another energy. Okay, so I don't know if the other crystal's in the deck, but that's actually really important. Because if the crystal's in the deck, then we can go Librehorn into Crimson Light, or like VMAX attack, or Flare Strike or something. Like, I can just pivot from this into Librehorn into what I need to do to end the game. Which is really, I think, how I'm going to have to close out this game. Because this thing has too much HP to actually deal with by myself. Now, if he's smart, he won't VMAX this and just laser focus me. Not laser focus, impact blow. He'll just impact blow me. But he has 2 energies in the discard, right? So he's got to find that urn this turn. And if he doesn't find the urn, he can't impact blow me. I mean, he could, theoretically, if he has another acceleration here and then attachment, but he attached for turn. So. Okay. We're gonna have to go. I can also go for the double boss strategy to end the game. Or I can hit into this turn and set up for game next turn. If I hit into this turn, If I hit into this turn, I think hitting into this turn's better. With the VMAX especially. So I get the burn off too. Okay. This is pretty ideal now actually, because now we can set up for pretty perfect. No, the bird is gone. Okay, the damage is kind of perfect, and we have boss in hand. So Lieberhorn doesn't really come into the equation anymore. Oh, but I will need to find a way to Welder and get a crystal to end the game, I think. No, but 130 also can end the game here. No, I'd be short. I'd be short by 10. But if he has to use the ability, then it doesn't work. Like, if he has to end up using the ability, it won't do him anything good. But he has to accelerate 2 times, because this only does 270. So he's doing 290 right now. 310, 330 to knock me out. Or he could play... No, that doesn't do anything. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm in a winning position this game, guys. I think I'm in a winning position this game. He's going to go ahead and take out my energies, which is smart. His hand is probably not amazing, so he's going to go ahead and just take out where my energies are. Impact blow. I mean, I was pretty concerned that this play would happen anyway, right? So let's go ahead and draw with Dance of Tribute. Take our 3 free cards. Let's just thin the Hearth with Hearth. We're going to keep thinning cards. I know it doesn't do anything, but the Crystal is in the deck. So I know that's my win condition here. If I can find Skylar Crystal or Boss in one of the following turns. I'm going to just reset stamp him here in case I get stamped or Marnied. I don't want to draw into these cards specifically. Balloon active and Pyro Ball. So he needs to find an Urn of Vitality to even play the game. If he finds the Urn, and an attachment, I will lose the game. If he finds an Urn and an attachment, I lose the game. And a VMAX. He has to find a 3rd VMAX. That's so many cards. But it's doable. So this game is losable still. So I have to kind of pray that this doesn't happen. Quick Ball. So probably Dedenne, right? Yeah, he's going to go ahead and Dedenne. That gives him a ton of cards to look at. He can find a Sycamore as well. His last Sycamore. He plays 1 Capture gone, 2 Fighting gone. So he probably plays a 4-2-4 split maybe, or 4-1-4 split. Capture attachment for the turn. So it's 4-2. So now he needs Earn VMAX. If he has Earn VMAX, I will lose the game. Pokémon Communication. Come on, no Earn. Okay. No. Wow, that's so close. Man, that's a tough one actually. But considering we came back from that like really weird early game into almost just winning the game, I think that's like a very commendable game. Maybe that turn I should have just bossed up one of the Houndooms and taken it out to prevent this from happening. But it could have also happened had he just evolved the active, right? Like, it doesn't change the state of the game. So we do lose that game, but the deck is still really cool. So let's talk about the deck in the conclusion a little bit. There you have it, guys. That's the Cinderace VMAX Galarian Rapidash deck. It is a lot of firepower, a lot of oomph. And it does seem like it doesn't do great against Single Strike, but otherwise it does have a really good matchup in a lot of stuff. It feels really strong right now, especially in a meta dominated by like Luke Metal, Decidueye, all this stuff. Galarian Rapidash gives it a little bit more of the oomph that you need to. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember to like, subscribe, support me here at the channel. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting the last month and a half, 2 months that I've been back to content, and I'm going to continue it as much as I can. So I really do appreciate all of that, and I mean, without further ado, let's like end the video, I guess, and hopefully I will see you guys on Friday. I will be taking a vacation next week at some point to move my sister into her internship, so I will more than likely not make content, or I'll try to have a video up early ahead of time, but if I don't, I apologize for it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on Friday.